Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video. In today's video, we are going to discuss the state of WrestleMania 42 going forward. The road to WrestleMania has officially kicked off. We had the Royal Rumble last week, and now we're going to talk about all the matches, what's going to happen at WrestleMania, the potential matches, who's going to win. We're going to give you our predictions, our theories, what all could possibly happen. Right now, I am with my co host, the one, the only Mr. Waqas. Waqas, brother, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
We
Let's get
got
down to business, man.
let's
We're going
get
to have a
down to
lot of
business.
fun.
Hell yeah, my brother. Waqas is not there on the screen. You guys will see him soon. But right now, he's in a situation where he can't show his camera. He's not naked or anything. He's walking, and we're talking. So let's start.
I mean, apparently, I was naked. That is why you told me to shut the camera off. I mean,
Anyhow, Mr. Vakas, let's start with the obvious. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Probably the main event of night 1 or night 2 at WrestleMania. Um, Big match. They've got a lot of history. They had such an amazing, beautiful segment on Monday Night Raw where they literally, both of them were dropping pipe bombs on each other. And the line which Roman Reigns said, then in Cole Cabana's podcast, which he could not say on Raw, but me and you, we know this. CM Punk was on Cabana's podcast back when they were friends, and he literally said this that WWE told me to make Roman Reigns look good. And this is where Roman Reigns was coming off the Shield, or it was during his Shield days. And when people heard that, they lost their minds. He was like, he wasn't even my original pick. I wanted Chris Hero, aka Cassius Ono, to be with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. But then WWE was like, no, you will take Roman Reigns. You're supposed to make him look good. So once Punk revealed this to the public, that interview went viral. Thus started a chain of everyone booing the shit out of Roman Reigns. The only person to be blamed here is CM Punk. It's true, by the way, because when he revealed this, the wrestling fans lost it. They were like, no, Punk was making this group with these guys, and then WWE, like they shoved John Cena down our throats. They shoved Roman Reigns down our throat. And by the way, me saying this right now, and the people who didn't watch WWE at that time are like, no, Roman is awesome. Yes, Roman is awesome. But back in the day, things were different with Roman Reigns. He's the tribal chief right now. He's the head of the table right now. We all love him. But back in the day, we still loved him, but things were a bit different, with Roman Reigns. But anyhow, Wakas, question for you, my man. What do you think about this amazing rivalry? And just talk about all the things that can happen.
I mean, yeah, going back to the time when, fans weren't so big on Roman. Let's talk about Exhibit A. The thing is, when Punk said what he said, yeah, for sure, it
Mhm.
did not help Roman's case. But then at that time, I think the term is that Roman was too green.
Yeah,
Because he was green, he wasn't able to, let's say, perform the way he is doing it now.
yeah, yeah.
Like the promo he cut on Monday, it was flawless.
Amazing,
You saw the way he spoke, the confidence that he had.
amazing.
Now you take that back to what he was, say,
Against
five,
John
6 years
Cena?
ago. Yeah, let's see John Cena, No Mercy. You remember the promo
Hell yeah, I do.
where he was stuttering, where
Yes.
he could not say things he wanted to say, or even leave that. Do you remember the time where they wrote him a script? We were supposed to say suffering succotash or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that was very cringe, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Now you take that Roman who basically got like booed the shit out of the building for
yeah.
saying this is my yard now when he beat the Undertaker.
Exactly, and even at the Royal Rumble when he won and The Rock was standing right next to him, people were booing the shit out of him. And at that time, both of us were just looking at The Rock's reaction. He was confused. I'm in the ring. Why are they booing? And WWE, like literally, like after that Punk's talk on the talk show, they literally just boycotted Roman Reigns, the fans, I mean.
Like, see, the
And
thing with WWE is, sorry, I'm cutting you off. The
no,
thing
no,
with
no,
WWE
please.
is that sometimes when they're supposed to push the stars, they don't push them at that time. They push them a little too late,
Yeah,
or in
yeah,
some cases, too soon. Like in
yeah,
Roman's case, the year he was supposed to win the Rumble was the year when Batista was there in the end with him.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
the year people wanted Roman to win.
yeah, yeah.
He didn't win. Then the year after
Batista.
that, when people did not want him to win, they made him win.
True. That is so true. Like sometimes WWE doesn't pull the plug at the right time and they just wait for the stardom to fade off and then the fans react in the way they react and I don't blame them for it. But yeah, Punk versus Roman, a lot of history, and I'm so glad that Roman mentioned this point because it just makes things so much serious for WrestleMania. Considering last year at Vegas in the same city, they literally fought, and it was a triple threat match. Of course, Seth was there, but there was a rivalry at that time as well. He took Paul Heyman from him, and Punk had Paul Heyman on his side, and Roman was so bitter about that. So there's so much build up, so much build up to this. And by the way, this is just the beginning, Mr. Waqas. Like we're literally, it's just that today we're recording this video. It's 13th of Feb. It's one day before Valentine's Day. Like literally, anything can happen. Building up, they've got months, like months of build up to WrestleMania. So much new things, new layers of skin could be shared. Like so much could happen. And I think it's gonna be a great match. And who do you think is gonna win, by the way, at Mania, in your opinion?
Well, is the question who I think will win or who I think WWE wants them to win?
Both.
Well, the way circumstances are, like, see, of course, I grew up watching CM Punk, so
Yeah.
I want him to win.
Yeah.
That's like the easiest answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like the way the momentum is being carried out with Roman, maybe they might pull the trigger. Like for now, if we go as per situation that it is right now, they might pull the trigger with Roman. Might.
I
Maybe he
think
gets the belt. Maybe.
I'm with you there because Roman hasn't been champion for a while, so maybe they give him the belt at WrestleMania, or maybe they solidify Punk and Punk beats Roman at WrestleMania. I don't know. Anything could happen, right? Punk did lose last year at Mania as well. So did Roman. So
Hmm.
literally, and that was I think Punk's first match at Mania. Correct me if I'm wrong, because
First main event at Mania.
and his first match back at Mania as well, right?
Yeah, you're right. Because the year before that, he was injured.
Exactly. So in that scenario, like if I'm Triple H, I'm thinking, if I make Roman win, and Roman is like already, this will be his 10th WrestleMania main event, right? So he has nothing to lose if he loses to CM Punk. But when CM Punk was there at Mania, okay, checklist done, WrestleMania main evented, but he lost. So this year
Yeah,
he
true.
goes up against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So does he lose again? If I'm Triple H, I'm
Well,
I'm thinking about that as well. Maybe I give CM Punk the victory, maybe. And if you ask me personally, like it's hard. Even though just like you, I'm the biggest CM Punk fan. I've been watching him, me and you, side by side. Been watching CM Punk, and we love him, and we're the happiest that he came back to WWE. But even Roman Reigns is our favorite. Like the head of the table, the tribal chief, is like the best character, the OTC. So I wouldn't mind if Roman wins. I wouldn't mind if Punk wins. If it goes either way, I wouldn't mind. But business wise, we're just talking.
like we're talking about numbers. Be it Punk, be it Roman, it'll deliver big numbers,
That
and
that
that is
is
like
true.
just a fact.
That is true.
We cannot deny their stardom. And like with Roman, like the term cinema in wrestling showed up when Roman was champion.
Yeah.
Like he paved that way for how cinematic matches can be, for
Yeah.
how promos are to be done. Like doesn't matter who it was with, whether Roman was talking with Cena, whether it was with L.A. Knight, yeah,
Yeah.
or whether it was well, I think he even fought Cesaro. You remember Cesaro, right? Our
Yeah.
best friend Cesaro,
Amazing. Amazing guy. He's still doing really well in AEW, by the way. But
Claudio
yeah.
Castagnoli.
Exactly, exactly. His real name. So, Punk versus Roman, me and Waqas are both split 50-50. I like how they're building everything. It seems personal, it seems heated up. It seems like, like Rock and Austin going at it, and literally it does remind me somewhat of Rock and Austin. I mean, Roman being Rock's cousin and Punk being akin to Stone Cold, like brash, trash talking. You know what I mean? It looks like a match like how a Rock and Austin would be, like literally, you know.
The funniest thing about this is that I remember that Punk wanted to wrestle Stone Cold at WrestleMania or something along those lines,
Yes.
and then the guy who actually got to do it was Kevin Owens. And
Speaking
and
of
man, I miss Kevin Owens. I miss Kevin Owens.
man, I miss Kevin Owens too. He's so good. He's the good, by the way. And I don't know what his plans are. He missed WrestleMania last year, if I'm correct. It was at the Royal Rumble that he got injured. It was exactly 12 months ago, or 13 months ago now, that Kevin Owens broke his neck, I think. And now, we're like 13 months away and WrestleMania is on the horizon. So let's talk about Kevin Owens now. Does he come back for WrestleMania? Does his storyline get involved with Sami Zayn somehow? Because their careers have been intertwined. Or does he go and do something different? What do you think? Does Kevin return, or do we see him Raw after Mania?
Like Raw after Mania, I think we might see him at Mania.
I hope so.
And you know, like the way my brain works, I think he might interfere in the match with Roman and Punk.
Oh my God, that
He
would be
could actually
literally.
come back to take revenge against Roman because, well, Roman has screwed him way too many times for the championship.
That is true. He does
Or
hold
he
the
could just
grudge.
come back to screw Punk because he hates Punk. Because
A-
Punk is Punk.
and he can even come back and screw Cody Rhodes. You know the
Oh yeah,
his
fact.
the
The
his
the
last.
last match, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that as well. So Kevin Owens is a wild card. Yeah, we could see his plans with Sami Zayn. And by the way, we will come back to Sami Zayn later in this video, talk about his plans. But before we get to that, let's wrap up the Punk and Braun topic. I mean Punk and Roman talking, and let's move on to
Well, we
Braun
were
Breaker.
talking about Braun. That'll be our next subject for sure. So let's finish up with Punk and Roman.
I
We'll
mean, I
make it as
think
simple as possible.
yeah. We
Who do
kind of
you
did
think?
finish it
Like
up, right?
how will it end? Yeah, how will it end? The question is not who will win. How will it end? Because this is a match that reeks of interferences and random appearances.
True.
What do you think?
It will be controversial, even though as of now, Roman does not have any bloodline members involved, and even CM Punk, he's not involved with anyone. Someone coming to cost them, like Seth Rollins coming or something, I don't see that happening. But I feel, yeah, I think it's gonna be a one-on-one match. To be honest, there are 3 months to go until WrestleMania, or 2 months. So anything can happen. Someone might, like Finn is already involved right now. Finn Balor against
Yeah,
CM Punk, right?
yeah,
We're gonna see a match at Elimination Chamber. We know Punk is gonna win. So we know how the main event of Mania is already booked, right? So
yeah. True.
anything can happen. We're talking now. It's February 13 right now. We're talking right now, and I believe as of now, as of 13th, uh, is gonna be a one-on-one match. But somewhere down any Monday Night Raw, anything can happen. Anything.
Yeah, like what if Finn wins out of nowhere?
I wish that happens. By the way, I love Finn Balor. I literally like would love for that to happen. But you
You know
know,
what the easiest route is for all of this?
mhm,
The easiest route is
mhm.
for Punk to be screwed over by Seth Rollins, and then Roman wins the championship because Rollins hates Punk more than he hates Roman.
The only way I see this happening, the only way I see this happening is if Ronin returns as a heel. Because I mean, Braun Breaker is the one who beat him up. Rollins is out of action indefinitely. Rollins comes back as a babyface. That was the plan. And literally, we are seamlessly transitioning into our next topic about Braun
Yeah.
Breaker. So the only way I see that happening is if Rollins is the heel. But now everything is a big question mark because the original plan for WrestleMania was Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Actually, it was also Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. But then so much happened, and they kept changing plans. And we read all the reports. So right now they were literally building towards a Seth versus Braun matchup. Okay, it was making perfect sense. Unless like Braun and Punk would have a match, or Braun would have a match with someone, and Seth comes and saves Braun. And again, another ruse of the century, and Braun and the Seth are like hugging each other. We fucked with you all, and blah blah blah. That's just like me thinking, because they've done it. We've seen it in Unreal how they did it. Like that's something. If that was the case, I could see that happening against Roman and Punk. But if that isn't the
Mhm.
case, and like let's say like Triple H's original plan, like the recent latest plan, Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Seth comes for his revenge at Mania. Seth is trying his best, getting healed up. But what happens now? Fucking Braun Breaker gets injured. They announced that at Monday Night Raw. So what happens now? Like the vision was, full force, in a very good form. Everything going good. There's Bronson Reed, there's Logan Paul, there's Austin Theory, there's Paul Heyman, and now Braun is gone. What happens with Seth? What's gonna happen? I mean, what happens to those WrestleMania plans? Do they make Bronson Reed step up and take that Braun Breaker spot? Does Triple H do that to Austin Theory or Logan Paul? What are your thoughts, Mr. Waqas? I'm confused here.
See, the only reason I mentioned Seth jumping into the Punk versus Roman match was because of the Braun Breaker injury. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, we did not mention about it, but come on, it's well known. And see, the thing about all this is that Braun was like the next big thing. That was
Yeah,
the decision. He
True.
was the one who was going to carry the company on his back, put a rocket on him, take him to space.
True.
That was the plan.
That
Now
is
what
true.
happens? Big man gets injured. Everything goes haywire.
Yeah.
Whatever plans they had goes down the drain. Now who's left in the vision that can, carry it? Will it be the big guy Bronson Reed? Will it be the Maverick Logan Paul?
Hmm.
Or will it be Austin Theory, the man whose dad doesn't work in the company anymore?
So yeah, Vince is
I mean,
gone.
see, no hate to Austin. I love Austin Theory. Trust me, like the way
Me
he
too.
came back,
Yeah.
I loved it. He has like such a bright future. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
after Dolph Ziggler, he is the best seller we have.
I agree.
Yeah, but let's drop back. Let's go back to Braun Breaker because we don't want to deviate from the subject. Now
Absolutely.
Braun's injury has caused so many problems. And like the only solution, like for anything that was happening related to Braun, would be that the opportunity goes to Bronson because he's like the
Yeah.
next best option.
That would make sense. I mean, Bronson has momentum. He's literally beaten and pinned Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
So
that's the biggest point. The
yeah,
biggest point. He's been in Roman Reigns.
yeah, yeah. And maybe you get to see a Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins match at WrestleMania. That's a possibility. And maybe Seth does not return for WrestleMania. Maybe after this, they don't know what to do with Seth. Maybe what you said happens is Seth comes back as a heel. It was all a plan between him, Braun, and Paul to like do another ruse of the century, and he goes and interferes, in Punk and Roman's match because he does hate Punk. That is true, by the way. So another thing I could see because of Braun Breaker's injury, like what could happen is maybe a six-man tag match at Mania. The team of the Vision, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, with Paul Heyman by their side. Maybe against the Luchadors, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta. Maybe you add in Ray Phoenix to the mix. I don't know. Like they've been building up that as well. By the way, unless they do something separate with Ray and Dominic at WrestleMania, also something they're building slowly
I
again.
think that's what it should be. Ray should be like with Dominic, and
Yeah,
let's say that Ray is finally trying to like put up his career. Dom is the one who beats him, retires Ray. Everything ends well. They're all happy
that would be a
because
nice end.
because the thing is, if you're taking Penta and Dragon Lee, you have to put Ray Phoenix in the six-man tag.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes the most sense
It makes
because
the most sense.
Lucha
Yeah,
Bros, the best tag team.
yeah. So either it's Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. I think
Mhm.
Logan Paul and Seth Rollins have already faced each other at Mania. That has
Yeah,
already happened, right? So we don't want to see that again. I think
exactly.
Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins or Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins, but I don't know why I feel Austin Theory is maybe Seth Rollins' guy, because he's been hitting the stomp. And speaking of this, by the way, this can be possible. By the way, like Austin sides himself with Rollins and he beats these guys, and maybe it's Seth and Austin versus Bronson, and I don't know, like
Maybe
anything
it's
can
just a
happen.
tag team match. Yeah, maybe this
Yeah.
is a tag team match.
And who's the masked guy from Royal Rumble? The one who attacked Braun Breaker. Who's that guy?
Maybe say his name and he appears.
Yeah, I don't think it's he who shall not be named, Mr. Henry.
Uh,
I don't think it's him. Maybe it's Chris Jericho.
I mean, see, like the way the guy is built, the kind of beard he has, everything points to one guy, and he used to be tag team partners with Austin Theory before.
Are you talking about? Sorry, who are you talking about?
Grayson, voila.
Grayson. I don't believe it will be Grayson Waller though. I think Grayson is like totally hooked right now with the New Day.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him in the recent segments. That's the thing.
Anything can be done, obviously, but maybe I don't know the way he was moving. He had a John Moxley movement to
I
himself.
mean, yeah, true. That is true. But
Yeah,
it cannot be Mox.
that's not
I wish it
possible.
was
Yeah,
Mox.
me too. I really wish it was Mox. It would make so much sense that it was Mox,
Mm.
but he's stuck at AEW. I don't think him. And he said time and time again that once I finish my career, I'm gonna be a coach in AEW. So I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't see that happening. Like based on what he said, but things can change, right? His
Well,
mind can
you
change.
know the term "never say never."
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
And
so anything can happen.
if Bret Hart can return, anyone can come back.
Bro, leave Bret Hart. If CM Punk can return, anyone can return.
True, true. That is also so true. Brett and the recent, most latest example says CM Punk. So that covers Seth Rollins, that covers Braun Breaker, that covers the Vision. It's either a six-man tag match, or maybe it's Braun versus Seth, something along the lines. The other guys are involved as well. Maybe they are at ringside or something. Everyone gets a spot at Mania. Let's move on to the WWE Championship. Now, here's what I think can happen, and then you can talk about that as well, and what you think can happen.
Hmm.
Uh, the plan that everyone has been talking about, like it's all over the internet, is a match between Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu in a triple threat match, similar to what happened last year, like between Roman, Seth, and Punk, right? So they could do this match for the title, for the WWE Championship. Okay, this is one way. Okay, so the only way this happens is like either one of the guy has to win the elimination chamber, right? So correct me if I am wrong. Cody Rhodes has a shot at the elimination chamber, right? Right now,
Yeah, he does.
yeah,
Like
and
if you saw the last SmackDown, the only reason Cody was told to leave the building
it was
is he'll get his match.
exactly, and even Jacob Fatu, right? He still has a shot at the chamber, right?
Most probably, but I think Jacob does not like get the spot right now. Maybe he
Yeah,
gets it somewhere along the line within a year,
yeah.
but not right now.
So let's say Cody wins, he goes into the chamber, he wins the chamber, he gets Drew, and Jacob gets added in. This is one possibility and one scenario. What could
Mhm.
also happen is I don't know, like Randy Orton wins the chamber and he challenges Drew McIntyre, but not at Mania. Maybe like a Saturday night's main event or a Raw, and then Randy beats Drew for the title thanks to Jacob, because Jacob is like, Drew is the guy who put me out of action. I can prove it. I can show you the footage. But Drew is like, no, I'm not a liar. And then Jacob costs Drew the match. Randy wins. Randy goes on to WrestleMania. Randy versus Cody at WrestleMania. Drew versus Jacob at WrestleMania. Makes sense over there. Cody and Randy is like history in the making. So much story over there. This is one scenario. This is like a dream scenario. I don't think they will do this, but this is one scenario. But most probably, what will happen is Drew versus Cody versus Jacob. What are your thoughts on all of this? Or maybe you think there's another scenario here.
I think there is one more possible scenario, and
Mm-hmm.
let me like explain it.
Please.
Like what I think will happen is that like see Cody has a match on SmackDown, which is like literally tonight. Okay,
Okay.
so during his qualifying match, Drew once again shows up like he always does, screws Cody Rhodes, and because of that, Cody gets a one-on-one match with Drew at Elimination Chamber for the championship.
And Cody wins.
Exactly, and the chamber is won by Randy Orton.
This makes the most sense in the world, by the way. The way you laid it down, 100% I agree this can happen.
And the only reason Cody actually beats Drew, like basically, of course, is going to be like, tooth and nail, etc., etc. Let's say it's a steel cage match once again.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Jacob interferes, but this time he costs Drew rather than Cody.
Yeah.
It's like, a come around for the whole thing.
Man, this would be the dream, right? Randy versus Cody.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we all want to see. Randy versus Cody. And Drew and Jacob would make sense, like they've been fighting now for a long time. So that would culminate at WrestleMania. Like, this is the way to go. But I don't know why I feel that their plan is for Jacob versus Drew versus Cody. But then what happens to Randy Orton if they stick with this plan? Or maybe it becomes a fatal four way. I don't know. Because Randy Orton should have a big match at Mania. He is Randy Orton.
See, if they're just going to end up mixing things up like it's shawarma, might as well put Sami Zayn in it. Might as well put more people in and make it like a six-man ladder match for the championship and let Drew cry in a corner.
True, true. By the way, I don't think that has been done before at WrestleMania. A ladder match for the world title, for the WWE Championship. I don't
I
remember if
mean,
it has been
I
done.
mean, there was a championship. It was, like, I think, the world championship, but it was only a triple threat. It was Cena versus Edge versus Big Show, if I'm not wrong.
Even Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus he who shall not be named by Vince McMahon.
Exactly,
And then he won and he celebrated with Eddie Guerrero. So
exactly.
yeah, it's happened a lot of times in the past, of course. But
Yeah, but this is like far fetched.
this is far fetched. Yeah, this is literally
Yeah.
just us, speculating. But yeah, if the ladder match would happen, it would be amazing. But our scenarios right now is what me and Waqas believe is Randy versus Cody, Jacob versus Drew, or the triple threat match, and then we don't know what happens with Randy unless he gets like added in or something, you know.
Probably, yeah.
So I think that wraps up this conversation about these superstars. Shall we
I
move
think
on
I
to
have a
someone
good
else?
topic. I have a good topic,
Uh huh.
and you will love this topic.
Uh huh.
There was this guy at the Royal Rumble. He entered at number one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I know who you're talking about. The one and only Oba
Mm,
Femi.
yes. And now, like, this is like a for certain match. This will happen at WrestleMania. Oba versus Brock
Oh my god.
Lesnar.
I am so like hyped when you said this, and WWE and Triple H fucked this up so bad at the Royal Rumble that instead of making Oba eliminate Brock Lesnar out of the Royal Rumble, Brock was eliminated during an entrance from Jey Uso. You know,
No,
Jey
the
Uso.
worst part is like Brock just threw Oba out, and then his elimination did not mean anything.
Yeah, like
Like it was just Sammy and Cody. They were like, "Hey, Brock, it's time to go."
it was
And
actually
the worst part is,
LA Knight and
oh
Cody.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
Ellen, my bad.
yes, yes.
And the worst part of all this is the fact that it was Jey Uso's entrance.
Yeah, and like the way they eliminated Brock, I'm telling you, this is how they remove jobbers from the Royal Rumble. Brock is not a jobber. I don't know what happened. Maybe a mistake was made, like something happened. Maybe a wrong call was made or something. But yeah, they could have literally established Oba as a dominant force in the Rumble. He still is, but it could have transcended him to heights never seen. And then, makes perfect sense for the match to happen at Mania. But even now, how this could happen is Brock comes in and Oba interrupts him saying, "You eliminated me from the Royal Rumble. You're not a man. I wasn't looking." And they could fight.
No, he might not say you're not a man. He might say something along the you are not a man of honor.
Exactly.
Something along those lines. Yeah,
Exactly. That's how he would say it, by the way. But yeah,
yeah.
Oba versus Brock, that would be the match. That would be like that's where like the only matches I had for Brock is Brock versus Gunter, Brock versus Braun Breaker, or Brock versus Oba. This is literally when it comes to Brock Lesnar. This is what's on my mind.
Man, the easiest thing for them to be doing with Gunther is just again retire another guy at WrestleMania.
But
And
who
the
is that?
closest guy to retirement is Rey Mysterio. But
Is
then
Rey
if
Mysterio?
Gunther retires him, then what does Dominic do? He comes back to avenge his father and loses to Gunther?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Dominic is too young, and they're gonna keep him a heel for now. I
Yeah,
feel that's the
I don't think we can use the term too young right now because the amount of experience that guy has, no one does. He's the
yeah.
best heel in the business without even trying.
He definitely is, and he's been getting good experience with the Undertaker at AAA. He's been doing
Hmm.
going and doing those shows. Those are like literally indie shows, which are now owned by WWE. So he's
Exactly.
getting good experience from there. And he's their champion, by the way. He's the triple A mega campeon. That's what I meant to say.
Mhm.
So
I mean, you can hear the crowd at AAA. They go like, "Dirty, dirty dog,
yeah,
dirty,
they
dirty
love him.
dog."
By the way, they love Dominic. They don't
I
care
mean,
if he's
so does his wife. So did Rhea once upon a time. So does Liv Morgan and probably Roxanne Perez.
and so did the WrestleMania crowd last year when he won the Intercontinental
Exactly.
Champ, and he was purely hated at that time, by the way. And
But
Triple
that
H,
was the greatest moment. That was
oof,
the greatest
such
moment.
a good moment. And Triple H literally sent him back, go and one more time to the ring and celebrate. And he ran, and crowd was like, woo, cheers, fully.
Exactly.
By the
The
way,
the only yeah, go on.
yeah, please continue.
Now please go on. I would have about to cut you off, but you were saying something good. I'm pretty sure something good. Go on.
Actually, I was like, we've been talking so much about the men. Let's talk about the women. Like, literally the best thing about the Rumble was Brie Bella returning, right? So now they are the OG tag team in the WWE, right? They are. So I could see this happen at WrestleMania, that the Bella twins versus all the, and by the way, right now, the women's division in WWE was a joke. It has always been a joke. The title change hand, people get injured, shit happens, right? But right
Five
now,
minutes mania match.
5 minutes mania match, exactly. But right now, at this point, for the first time in WWE history, women's tag division is stacked. You got main event superstars like Rhea, Io, Charlotte, Alexa, like all these big Asuka, all these big superstars, all main eventers. WrestleMania main eventers, by the way, pay-per-view main eventers, all competing for the tag team titles. And now the Bellas come in, so I could see them doing a match, maybe like a ladder match, like the Dudleys and the Hardys, and those guys used to do. I don't think they can beat them, but you never know. The women are great these days. They are amazing. They're even doing better matches than the men. Last year, the best match at Mania was a triple threat between the women. It was Rhea versus Io versus Bianca. Literally the best match at Mania last year. So I could see them doing a Bella tag team match for the tag team titles, and I hope all these women's are involved, like Rhea and Io, Charlotte and Alexa, Kabuki Warriors, like even Naya and Lash, and maybe it's a ladder match, or maybe it's like a all-out brawl for the tag team titles, something down the line. What do you think about this?
And the thing is, if that happens, I just don't want EO to lose.
I don't want EU to lose as well because EU is a great champion, but I just feel and I even I have a wish actually, to be honest, for the Bellas
Hmm.
to be champion at WrestleMania, and finally the OG women's tag team, the twin sisters, become
Hmm.
tag team champions at WrestleMania.
I
That
mean, it's not just you; it's also the missus.
yeah.
It's like your dream.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you put it out there, it will come true.
We have to put it out there. Bellas for WrestleMania tag team title win. Like I hope that happens, and I hope we see a multi-man tag team match. Like it would just make sense for all those women because they've been busting their ass. But yeah,
Hmm.
if you put all these women tag teams at WrestleMania in a tag team match, then there's only a few matches left. Like I mean, luckily for them, last year they introduced the US Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, you could
Yeah.
do some matches there to fill up those women's matches. So if this is what happens with the tag team match, then there's the women's world title match, there's the WWE Women's Championship match, and like Liv Morgan, of course, chooses probably Stephanie Vaquero or someone, maybe Raquel. Who knows what happens there? And then when it comes to the other side, it's Jade versus Tiffany one more time. Even though I don't want to see that match again, but Jade has no competition. And then Julia is already the US champion, so I don't know who she's gonna face. Maybe she gets added to the WWE Women's Championship match. Like it's a triple threat. What are your thoughts on the state of the women's world title division? I mean, the tag team division is stacked. So what do you think? Maybe they bring back, maybe Rhea and Eo's team breaks up, and they get it added to the world title matches. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? State of the women's division.
I mean, see, like from the side of Raw, the championship, we talk about Liv Morgan, and then we're also talking about Stephanie Wacker, and that is like the easiest option.
Yeah,
The thing is, on Monday, I actually thought that okay, Raquel will have it won. That is how they'll go, Liv versus Raquel.
that
But
makes
then
sense. Yeah.
Raquel unfortunately did not win,
Yeah.
so that plan went out the window. And again, Roxanne Perez, she's not going to be at Mania probably. She's injured, if I'm not wrong.
I think so. We didn't see her last time. I just hope
Yeah.
it's a minor injury and she's still there. Maybe she and Raquel gets added to the tag team title picture. Like who knows? And anything can happen. Obviously, it's the road to WrestleMania. Maybe at Elimination Chamber, Raquel and Stephanie have one more match, and literally Raquel can come out on top, and Stephanie gets added to some other match. Like
No, I mean, the way they've built Stephanie up, she will be in the world title picture at least for some time.
yeah, for the whole year they've been building her up. She won the two titles at NXT, and then she came to the main roster. She won the world title immediately. Like she's been winning championships left and right.
I mean, 70% viewership comes from Devil's Kiss.
I agree over there. I agree. And by the way, one massive match that could happen at WrestleMania, but is already happening in Chicago at Elimination Chamber, and rightfully so, is Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee,
Yeah, I think
Intercontinental
that's
title.
not the end of it. That's not the end of it.
100%. Maybe Becky screws AJ and the rivalry goes to WrestleMania, or maybe AJ beats Becky and then WrestleMania there's the rematch. Could go
Like
either
AJ
way.
beats Becky, but by disqualification. And then
Yeah,
at WrestleMania, they make it like a no DQ last woman standing match,
yeah.
and that's how it will end.
That's how it should go. I think that's a no-brainer,
And you know
honestly.
what's the funniest thing my brain is thinking?
Hmm.
That AJ finally wins. On Raw, she puts an open challenge. Out comes Saraya. Oh, I'm
Oh
sorry,
my God,
Paige.
Paige! Oh my God! Oh my God!
And she again pins AJ in like 3 minutes.
And she gets the title like she came. And by the way, she's been training for her return. By the way, she can come back anytime. She wanted to come back for the Rumble. By the way, I've been watching her interviews. She's training. I see her training videos. She looks in good shape. She looks that she can come back and wrestle at a very high level. So there's that. But yeah, good
Yeah.
call, Mr. Vakas. Like if she comes back, like AJ Lee's open challenge, like it happened, blast from the past. My God.
And because, see, I think the way things have been going, the way they have all been thinking, they
Mm-hmm.
could do a few blast of the past things. Like this, for example. Now, let's say the Bella Twins actually win the tag title.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kind of champions they would be, they might lose it like the next night on Raw.
True. True.
It's like, oh, you have your moment, khalas. Now you're done.
Now
Your
you're
daughter
done.
saw you win the championship, you're done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And by the way, even like you said, the Bella twins can even face AJ Lee and Paige. That was the WrestleMania match from back in the day.
Mm.
It was literally all of their final matches, like mostly, and they all parted ways after that.
You
But
know
then
who I
they.
think is the most likely to actually win the championship at WrestleMania, the women's tag team?
Hmm.
Uh, Bailey and Lyra.
I forgot to mention them. How could I forget Bailey? Like she was literally in the conversation last year. Actually, sorry, it was last to last year. Last year she was screwed,
Yeah,
if you
I mean,
remember.
yeah, she won the Rumble 2 years ago and the championship. Last year, she was
She was screwed.
basically Becky replaced her, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're totally right. That is a disrespect, by the way.
Yeah,
Bailey and Becky are both equally legends, and they literally
yeah.
on the same
I
day they
think
screwed her up.
what they did was they went for the bigger star, and currently
Yes.
Becky is the bigger star. But then it was an injustice with Bailey. But
Yeah.
respect to Bailey, at least she did not cry like a certain Banks.
Yeah, yeah. I agree over there. At least she did not cry like a certain Banks.
I
I
mean,
mean,
okay, no hate to Sasha Banks. Sorry, Mercedes Monet.
yeah,
She got her flowers finally.
yeah,
But
she did.
like for someone who are big WWE fans, like we were disappointed. We wanted her to stick around.
I wish she did, by the way, and she could have been the biggest star ever possible, but that's how things are, right? Maybe she comes back in the future. Who knows?
Maybe she does. Like I said, never say never.
Never say never. Are we
Maybe we get Jamie Hader before her.
also possible, by the way? Are we like are we missing someone like LA Knight, Sami Zayn?
L.A. Knight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
but the
he.
thing is, I think they're putting him against the Vision. If you saw Raw, if you saw Rumble, he eliminated everyone from the Vision. On Raw, he keeps beating up everyone from the Vision.
So remember when I was talking about Penta and all these guys facing the Vision?
Mhm.
Maybe LA Knight gets added into that mix as well at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm so tired of Knight being put up in random matches.
Me
Just give him the
too.
title, man. I'm just tired.
I want that to happen so bad, like really so badly. I really want that to happen, but as things are, like I don't think it's going to happen. Like at
Hmm.
this moment in time, like the matches are set in stone. Unless they do that fantasy ladder match that we have and Knight gets added
Mm.
over there, like
Like, see, because in a six-man ladder match, we already have the six perfect people. We have Cody, we
yeah,
have Drew, we have Jacob, we have Sammy, we have LA Knight, we have Randy Orton.
something has to go with LA Knight. It's either he's feuding with these guys in the Vision or he's probably in some random match. I don't know the direction, but there is time. Like it's not all bad news that we don't see LA Knight in a match at WrestleMania. It's not all bad news. But it's just that we have time, but we just don't know what his direction is on the road to
Like, just
WrestleMania.
just just give him a championship, make him a tag team champion. Who are the current tag team champions? I don't even remember.
Who are the what?
The current tag team champions. I don't even remember.
Man, it's actually the
Usos,
MFTs.
Usos, yeah, Usos.
MFTs and the Usos, and we have to even talk about them. I don't know who they're gonna face. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Usos, who they face at Mania. They literally beat everyone. Maybe do a New Day versus Uso for the millionth time.
As
It's
if it
never.
hasn't already happened for the millionth
I I
and millionth
but
of time.
but I'm never getting sick of that match. Like maybe you keep high stakes or something.
Like, see, what Usos versus New Day is basically Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
You never get sick of
The
that,
only
by the way.
difference is, yeah, the only difference is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens is like the bar, and Usos versus a New Day is like a cheap steroid version of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should not say cheap, but like you can't compare to Sami and Kevin,
they.
like the way they are.
I mean, modern day. That's the feud, right? That's the biggest feud in tag team wrestling. That's
Yeah.
that's the match, right? So I don't know what happens with the Usos. There's literally right now no direction. Yeah, there are some teams on Raw, but I don't know if there is a big team. Correct? If you guys know any team, let us know in the comments below who could face the Usos at Mania. Mm, what do you think, Wakas? On Raw, is there a team?
I mean, there was this Viking team, but then they got squashed by Oba, so I think they're out the window.
Maybe you give us Penta and Rey Phoenix versus the Usos at WrestleMania, brothers versus
Br-
brothers.
if that happens, I would be the happiest man alive.
Me too. And
What I would give to watch the Lucha Bros win the championship at WrestleMania, bro.
the Lucha Bros versus Penta. I mean, the Lucha
Oh,
Bros versus Jay and Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania.
no. Now it's gonna be against Penta and Ray. It's decided. They're
The
gonna fight
Lucha
each
Bros
other.
versus Penta and Rey.
Exactly.
But yeah, that would be a great match. And imagine the Young Bucks match, the ladder match. Imagine having a trilogy of these matches. You have a singles match at Mania. You go into Extreme Rules or Backlash, whatever pay per view is next. You do a ladder match over there. I think it's even in Puerto Rico or something, I guess, or maybe some other place. Wherever it is, like
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna
should
be
be. It
great.
should be somewhere along there.
Yeah, like it was in France, Puerto Rico, like all these different places. International crowds are hot. You give them this match again, like it would be great. When it comes to the MFTs, by the way, they have been feuding with the Wyatts all this time, and on SmackDown, I don't see any other tag team. So I don't know what happens over there when it comes to Mania. Who they face,
So
what
I
happens.
mean, I'm confused as well. Like the amount of times they've fought, I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Like they are good teams. Like you have Fragium. They're very good team, of
Hmm.
course, and you have Motor City Machine Guns. They're a legendary team as well. Maybe you give them a triple threat match at
Oh,
WrestleMania.
finally, like this would be like the best option for a ladder match.
Yeah, Motor City Machine
Like, see,
Guns, Fragium.
MFC won the title in a ladder match, right?
Once before, I think. Yes, but I don't remember by the way, but I think so. But right now they won it in a normal tag team match.
Mm-hmm. Because then in that way it would make sense. Like, they again put a ladder match and they like throw in all the tag teams, give them a good 20 minutes, and everyone showcases their strength.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's the tag team division. Big question mark. No storylines, nothing. The men's tag team division, that is. Let's talk about
Hmm.
Sami Zayn, one of our favorites.
Man,
Ma-
like he just looks lost.
Man, last year he skipped WrestleMania. He skipped WrestleMania. Imagine he fucking skipped it, man. He could have had a match. He chose not to.
Well, the reason he chose not to, because the match he was going to have would have been like, well, it would have been a good match, but it would have had no meaning. And the way Sammy is now, he just wants one thing:
He
the
wants the world
championship.
title, but I see that happening at next year's WrestleMania. I don't see it
Yeah,
happening this year.
see,
Like
that's the
maybe
problem. That's the problem. Every time we talk about Sammy, there will be next year. Oh, it's probably going to be next year.
that's how they've been treating him.
And
But
that's the thing. Sami Zayn is not an afterthought.
yeah,
Sami Zayn is the here and now.
he is the hero. Maybe you give us one of the best Sami Zayn matches other than Kevin Owens is Sami versus Shinsuke Nakamura for a number one contendership or something. And you let them go like 20, 25 minutes. They steal the show at WrestleMania. Like we saw it once upon a time in NXT. Nakamura's first match.
His first match. And this could also end up being his last match if he retires.
Maybe it's Gunter versus Nakamura and Nakamura retires.
Actually, yeah, that will be like the closest option because I think AJ's last match before fighting Gunther was Nakamura, or was it Punk?
It was
It
it
was
was
Punk,
Punk.
I
It
think.
was Punk, yeah. Nakamura
Yeah.
was the match on Saturday night's main event, I think. Couple of days before that. And
Hmm.
since we spoke about all these guys, Gunter. So when it comes to Gunter, I see Brock Lesnar or I see another guy whose career he will end at WrestleMania. And you just like think about all the old guys. Now you don't want Randy Orton to be there in that picture. You don't want Nakamura's career to end. It should be a
Can I throw
superstar.
in Jey Uso?
I think that's what the fans want, I guess. But I don't think that's happening.
I mean, imagine Jey Uso passes around, the fans go, yeet.
Uh, I was literally watching a video of Jey Uso's
Hmm.
botches. I love Jey Uso. I mean, I eat every time he comes. It's fun.
Hmm.
You love him too, but it's just been weird when it comes to
Hmm.
him, his story. Like, the only thing I see is WrestleMania tag team title on the line. That's what I see for Jey right now. I wish there is more,
Hmm.
but this is what I see. But Gunter, who does he face? Does he face Brock Lesnar? Does he face someone else? Like, Randy Orton, even though we saw
No,
that
I
match
think
before.
the best option for Lesnar is Oba. So we
Yeah,
see we are trying to put it out to the universe. It's supposed to be Oba versus Lesnar. For Gunther, we'll think of somebody else.
correct, correct. That's how it is.
See, the last person Gunther, made pass out was Dragon Lee.
Yeah, yeah.
And who's the closest to Dragon Lee?
Who's the AJ Styles?
And AJ Styles is gone. Who's the other person closest to Dragon Lee?
Rey
He used to
Mysterio.
be. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There you
Easiest
go.
option.
Gunther versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. He kills the career of another legend. That's how it's done. JBL is
And
the
then
happiest.
when when the match ends, you will see the camera pan to Dominic was laughing, and he's like, "That was supposed to be what I should have done." But
Yeah,
hey, as long as the old man is done, we're all happy.
yeah. And by the way, I about Dominic Mysterio, either he gets a match with Ray, either he gets a match with Finn, and we didn't speak about Finn yet. One of our favorite superstars. Dominic Mysterio maybe faces Finn Balor at Mania. I think that's where they're heading, by the way. Maybe he says you put on the AAA Mega Championship on the line and the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Maybe they do a ladder match with both ladders, both titles, not ladders, on top of attached, and they both like have a banger of a match. Finn versus Dominic. They could even add in some people from AAA. Some big stars, could be added at WrestleMania for that match.
I mean, they'll probably just throw in Vikingo for the heat.
Yeah, yeah, it's possible. By the way, he could be added. Like some others could be added. Like this is what
Throw
I
in
see.
Mr. Iguana just for shits and giggles.
It I wouldn't mind that. Like maybe it's a five-way ladder match. Maybe it's like a five-way overall match. Maybe it's a fatal four-way match. I mean, that's what happened last year, and Dominic won the Intercontinental title. But either it's one-on-one against Finn, or it's that.
Mhm. I
And
mean, I
and
wouldn't mind a one-on-one against Finn, but I think like the problem is that everyone deserves the world title, and there are not enough world titles to throw around.
yeah, that is exactly true. That is so true. And speaking of that, who's the U.S. champion right now? Please remind me.
Bro, you forgot him. He is him.
Oh, Carmelo. Who does
Yeah.
Carmelo face? Yes,
Well,
there is.
probably Ilya again. I don't know.
I mean, Ilya, Miz, Carmelo. They've all been involved in this. Like ongoing. This is just. I mean, 3 months. A lot can change, right?
See, the thing is, what Carmelo is doing is what Ilya did, is what Cena did,
Yeah.
and that is open challenge. Open
Maybe,
challenge.
maybe at Mania there is an open challenge, and
Who do you
someone's
think shows up at Mania? Who do you think?
Chris Jericho can show up, Joe Henry can show up, Jeff Hardy can show up. Maybe it's Jeff. Oh, by the way, maybe it's the Hardys versus the Usos. Sorry, I'm going off topic, but the Hardys are in the WWE bubble again. Their deal with TNA, right?
Yeah.
Just like a
But
side note.
I have one confusion. Why would you throw in Joe Henry for the US Championship? Did you not watch NXT?
He's the NXT champion and he's
Yep.
fighting for the title. But yeah, he was there at last year's Mania, and Joe Henry
So
didn't even like
firstly, let's congratulate him because it's
congratulate
been a while.
to our
It was a
four of our
long time
favorites.
coming for Joe Henry. Yeah,
Hell yeah, hell yeah. He deserves it, by the way.
it was a long time coming
We believe.
in Joe Henry.
Hell yeah. So
So
Sami
we
Zayn
move back. Yeah, we move back to the US title.
and the
Yeah.
US title.
So
Maybe,
first, let's cross that off.
by
Yeah.
the way, yes, maybe it makes sense. Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, The Miz, all these people thrown in for the US title match. Because Sami was the champion. He lost the title to Ilya. Ilya loses it to Carmelo. Like,
I think at this point we are just glazing ladder matches, six-way ladder matches, because we want the world WWE Championship to be a sixth-way
ladder
ladder
match.
match.
Tag team
We want
championship to
this
be a
to
ladder
be
match.
a ladder match.
US
Women's
title to
tag
be a
team
ladder
ladder
match.
match. US it'll be ladder matches in Mania. Like they will not even remove anything. They're like, okay, just leave the ladders over there. Let them carry on.
I think WWE should watch this video and just make a pay-per-view called Ladder Mania.
Exactly.
These guys just found ladder matches for everything.
Hmm.
By the
I
way,
mean,
Mr.
if they
Vakas,
watch what we say, it's just going to be entirely different.
yeah. By the way, Mr. Vakas, me and you,
Hmm.
I just checked the time. We've been discussing this for so long. It's been 50 minutes now that we've been talking about the state of WrestleMania, our predictions, our theories. I think it's time to wrap up this video. We should literally wrap this up, and
Hmm.
hopefully we come back We discuss the state of WrestleMania once again, maybe towards the Elimination Chamber, and maybe coming on towards WrestleMania, we also do a prediction and theory video on who wins when we have the full card. So you'll be seeing me and Waqas doing a lot of wrestling topics, and Mr. Waqas and me, we're gonna like be hosting, co-hosting. It's gonna be good. I hope you guys loved our video, enjoyed our video. Mr. Waqas, do you have anything to say?
I mean, the next time you will be seeing me in the flesh, and yes, it won't be naked. So I'm sorry to disappoint you all.
Thank you, Waqas, for your time. It was great, my co-host, and we're gonna call it a day. This is where we end this video. Hopefully, what all we discussed, it happens at Mania, the positive stuff, of course. If you guys have any thoughts, let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.